Okay, so I'm harvesting the garlic, and I just wanted to shoot a little video of it. It's really easy, especially when you have nice loose soil mix here. Basically, you can't do this without a nice loose soil. If you have normal clay here, you have to kind of dig around, be real careful and whatnot, and then give a little tug, and then take it, you just brush the dirt off. Once again, so nice and easy with this. It's the first year we've grown it in the soil mix, and it's so fantastic. Otherwise, it's like lumps of clay. And once again, since it's so loose, I can actually do this, even though, like I said, you couldn't normally with that. But this is it. It's so easy. And basically, I just massage the little roots a little bit to get some of the clumps out. Throw them in my thing here. And then that's pretty much it. I just give a little wiggle and a shake, and then a little quick massage on the crown. And because I'm using nice soil mix here, that's just like that, nice and friable, movable, not big lumpy clay. It's super easy. Here's a triple. They form just 3 little guys, and I usually just separate them, which I'm not going to be able to do with one hand, and then that's it. So I'm going to put them all in the tote, take the tote, and put them over there in the shade, and then separate them out, and then I will either hang them, but for now I've just got some little black mesh boxes I'm going to put them in until I get the time to hang them all, but that's it. So it's real simple. It's probably only going to take me about 15 minutes to do this whole patch here. So anyway, I'll have a video later with results. Thanks. Alright, so here is the final cleaned up results of all of the garlic harvest for 2016. So I've arranged them in little bins there by your variety. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is missing, 7, 8. 6 is the turban variety. I already pulled that out before it was really overdone already. They are definitely not, they're very super early compared to everybody else. And so I basically took each variety, brought it over here, separated them all out, looked at them, just kind of made some observations, wrote some stuff down, counted them up. Anyway, silver skin, 36 of those, but mostly obviously on the small side. Second soft neck we had was called Rochambeau. There was 24 of those. Those ones were mostly medium, had a few larges. So we can see here, just their average size for the most part. Anyway, back to our tally. So number 3 here, this is artichoke. This is, they say, the number one, or the one you most commonly find in the grocery store. There was 20 of those, and mostly they were medium size, a few big, large ones, always a variety, small, some medium, like that. Then we start into our hard necks. So first up is Asiatic. Now once again, all started with the same number of weight of seed garlic. So we only had, let me look here, only 10 plants, and they were not huge. They were very small. They were medium to small, and that's it. So very poor yield for that variety. So don't think I'll grow that one again as it goes. So only 10 plants. Now our next variety, we also had 10 plants. However, these are huge. This is what I expect for 10 plants. But once again, 10 of these, which are the marbled purple stripe, and these are 10 Asiatic. So, 3 times, 4 times the size. So these ones were the biggest ones and the largest overall. It's a huge plant, huge stem, and basically a huge bulb. So like those. And this was an average size for these ones. This is not one of the, there's a bigger one, there's a smaller one, but there's only 10 here, and so 11 only for the harvest. but still, that's a lot. There's a huge thing, like I said, just huge differences in these varieties. So that's why we did this test of all 8. This was a sampler pack we got from a place, and this way we can do all these observations and recording stuff and figure out what we want to plant next year. Obviously, I'd rather plant this one than that one because, it's just a huge difference in yield. The turbines, which are not here, they're already hanging up. There were a total of, if I would have waited until today, 26, so a total of 28 with the 2 testers. The 28 of them, they were medium large. They're hanging up in different places around the place here. I harvested some 2 weeks ago and harvested the rest last week because they were very well overdone. So we'll just see. I actually need to go back and record some observations. They were mostly medium, I think, maybe a few larges and a few tiny smalls. So once again, I know I'm anal retentive as it is, but I'm trying to be very thorough here, so this way I'll know for next time what to do. Plus, then obviously we have to taste them and see how well they cure and store and all that stuff too. But we definitely want to get as much as we can here. We don't want a tiny little yield unless those are the most delicious garlic we've ever seen. So we'll see. Number 7 here is called Purple Stripe. There were 24 of those, a few small, mostly large, and some medium actually. These ones were pretty consistent in about this size here. Some a little bigger, some a little smaller, but mostly, pretty good size there. So, Purple Stripe. And the last one is Porcelain, which they are pure white, of course. And let's see, we had 18 of those, and they were mediums and larges. Not a, tremendously huge yield, but, we'll see how they all turn out. So, and that is it. So I haven't calculated up how many the total garlic is, but it's obviously a lot. So anyway, now I'm just going to need to hang these up and sort them out and label them up, and then we will be good to go. And now, like I said, I'm just going to hang them up, sort them out, and then in a few weeks take them down, trim them up, and then bag them and store them, and then we'll get to trying them all out and seeing how they taste and how they are to cook with. Okay, thank you so much for sticking in there. Garlic Harvest 2016, and that's all for now. Okay, so I finally got the garlic all hung up here. I just have a hook on that end of the wall over there for something else. Tied a string to it, some of my garden twine, baling twine. Came up over here, just put a couple screws in there to kind of make a little cleat, just to kind of hold it. And hopefully it just needs to last a couple weeks. So I made my line there, and then off the line I made these little contraptions here, which I've got from some other website, garlic website. And basically there's a little slider knot on both ends, so you can make a noose and adjust it. So what I did is, it's kind of tricky to do with one hand. Basically I threw it over the string there, and then over the string pulled this up through, and then pulled it out like that, so that way it's attached to the string up on top there. And then the bottom, I basically took the knot and opened it up, and then see if I can do that with my pinky here. Open it up, and then once I got it bigger, then put the garlic bulbs through and put them all that way. They recommended that we hang them bulb side down, so you can't just choke up here. You have to kind of find a middle point there, a sweet spot where the bulbs will hang down that way, because in the beginning they kind of want to hang up that way, choke with the bulbs up. But you got to ease back a little bit, they say, and find this. I don't know what exactly the difference is, but it's definitely easier to see, I guess, the bulb part. So here we can see them all. I also took some little pieces of paper that I had and made little markers. So this is the beginning of number 3. This is still number 3. This is number 4. It's flipped up there. I did mark on that side. 5. This way I can keep the variety straight. And get some of them only have like 5 here, or 4 only has 1 bunch, and then 5 has 3 bunches. This way I can keep them all straight. But that's all there is to it. There's a bunch of them here, and they're all hanging up. Now I'm just going to put a little box fan on in here, so it kind of circulates the air a little bit. It's going to be plenty warm in the garage here, maybe a little warmer than we want, but there's not much we can do about that. And since we don't really have a covered breezy shed, basically we'll just put them in the garden here, or the garage, and let them go. So that's it. And then we'll just be checking in a couple weeks, and then we'll basically take them off, and they'll probably start to look like the ones in the back there. The ones back there, those ones are about a week ago. So that's what they'll look like in the back there. They'll just start to dry out. You can see they're already drying up in there, but they'll just get all nice and crunchy, and then the papery skin will start to dry out and make a nice protective shield. And then all we'll have to do once we're ready to pull them off is cut the stems up here, and then trim some of this bushy root down here, and brush off a little bit of the dirt, or peel off some of the dirty layers, they say, and we'll be ready to store them, and hopefully they'll store for quite a while. So anyway, that is the garlic harvest. It's been quite a with this large volume and all the documentation and stuff. It's been a little bit of an ordeal, but it's a good learning experience, and now we'll know for next year better how to tackle stuff. But anyway, that is it for now. We'll check back in a couple weeks when we're ready to take these guys off and let them cure, or once they've cured, we'll cut them down and store them for the upcoming season. Thanks for watching.